Hi everyone, welcome back to my kitchen. I'm Dianne Morin and today I'm going to show you how to make a Vietnamese beef stew. So when I traveled to Vietnam, I had so many amazing dishes from different cities that we traveled. I think we went to about 5 different cities throughout Vietnam, and every city was just an amazing visit, as well as the cuisine in each of those cities were so unique and different from the last city we visit. All right, so we're going to get started and I'm going to walk you through the recipe from my kitchen. So we're going to start with medium onion. We're going to chop up the onion. I like to do them in small dices. If you like, you can leave them in longer strips if you like. So it's just about preference because this is going to cook for a while. I have some lime leaves over here that I'm also going to be using, and lemongrass. I'm going to use about 2 tablespoons of lemongrass. So about 2 tablespoons. 4 cloves of garlic, which we have here. All the prepping work. Once we have all our vegetables prepped, meaning all our seasoned onion, garlic, lemongrass, we're going to go ahead and saute the meat on the stove. We're just really going to brown it. So what you want to do is you want to heat up a deep pan that you're going to cook everything in and make sure the oil is nice and hot. We're going to brown the meat on both sides. All right, so let's get started. I'm using Angus beef. I just seasoned it with just salt and black pepper, and then I'm just gonna let this get some color. While that's getting some color, I'm going to cut up my vegetables. So here's the vegetables. I'm going to use some white turnips and some carrots. So we're going to chop these up in big chunks. We're taking these out of the pot and we're going to just set them aside. I have some annatto seed that I soaked in some oil earlier. I'm just going to throw this in my pan just to give my pot some color. Then I'm going to add the lemongrass, onions, and garlic, and the lime leaves. I'm gonna let that cook for a couple of minutes. 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. So again, here we go. Tablespoon of soy sauce. 3 tablespoons of fish sauce. Tablespoon of sugar. So half a tablespoon. 1 tablespoon. 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. 1 teaspoon of 5 spice. 2 teaspoons of paprika. 1 teaspoon of turmeric. All right, let's mix this around really good. Get everything cooked up. Just trying to control my heat a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna add this meat back into the pan. Okay, I want to mix everything up really good. Gonna add 2 cups of water because we're gonna cook this down for about 2 hours. So 2 cups of water, 1 cup of coconut water. Make sure it's real coconut water. So 1 cup. You can use, if you want, you can use some chicken broth in here instead of the coconut water, but we're using coconut water to give it a really nice, authentic flavor. Okay, get that going. We're gonna let this cook for about 1.5 to 2 hours. All right, if you have a pressure cooker, you can make life easy and throw this into a instant pot or a pressure cooker if it's in an instant pot for about 10 minutes. So I had the beef stew, the Vietnamese beef stew cooking for the last 45 minutes. It actually thickened up, and what I noticed, my beef is nice and tender, so I won't have to cook it for the hour and a half. So here's the thing about cooking beef. Sometimes you don't know what kind of cut you get or how long it will take. So this is a part of the cooking process where you always want to make sure you're checking your meat to make sure that once you notice it starts getting tender, then you can adjust, and also want to check for the liquid level. If you see the liquids burning out too quick, you might want to have to go back in and add a little bit more water. So in this case, my liquid is fine. I want to go ahead and add my vegetables in. All right, if you have your vegetables cut up really thick, they'll take a little longer to cook. If they are smaller chunks, they'll take less time. Slice them again in half. But again, preference, you can cut them up once they're done. But there's my cinnamon stick. I'm going to cover this and let it cook for a little bit longer. You can see it's not mushy, it's still firm. The turnips and the carrots are in good shape. So like I said, if you have them in big chunks, I can cut right through them so I know they're nice and tender. So what we're going to do now is we're going to taste before we turn the stove off, just to make sure we have enough flavor in here. There we go. I wouldn't add anything to this. This is perfect. Oh, so delicious. Again, we're going to turn the stove off and we're going to get ready to have some Vietnamese beef stew. So I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Look for the recipe in detail on my website, and please try it. Let me know what you think. I hope you enjoy this dish.